Hey guys, it's Dan, your host, your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another Walking Dead video for today. This is going to be doing another video for The Walking Dead Season 11A. I've gotten this suggestion a lot from people, and I want to go ahead and finally do it, which is the simple question. Well, Dan, how would you fix The Walking Dead Season 11A? How would you go ahead and fix the half season, and how would you make it better for the fans? Okay guys, so it's going to be doing another video for today. This one's going to be doing another video for The Walking Dead Season 11. This one is going to be doing a discussion topic video. You guys have mad requested this one. So I want to finally go ahead and do this video to answer all of your questions and all of the questions of simply, Dan, how would you fix The Walking Dead 11A? You know, you have a lot of problems with the Reaper storyline. How would you fix that? How would you go about it? How would the storylines change? How would you fix the entire, half season? And would you add Rick? Would you do this? Would you do that? Would you whatever? We are going to talk about that in this video. So, let's get into it. So, The Walking Dead 11A has been, well, again, for me, I have enjoyed the half season. I just have aspects of it I did not like. But I do still like 11A at a lot of times. I do. I still have a lot of things I like about the half season. But I do think that they could have done a little bit better on certain things. So we're going to discuss that. Now, The Walking Dead 11A. So this is how I would go in here. Let's say I'm going in here. I'm about to fix all this. What am I about to do? All right, let's talk about that. So Season 11, Episode 1, I freaking love it. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Honestly, from Maggie Negan to the darn leaving her at the very end scene, the Commonwealth interviews, the opening scene with the walkers, everything in that episode, I cannot say I would go ahead and change. I can't. I honestly can't say I'd go ahead and change it. 1102, again, I can't say I would go ahead and change it. That episode was really great, from the train car to the Maggie Negan stuff to the Commonwealth stuff, especially. The Reaper's introduction at the end, the hand chop off with Cole, and Roy's death, and the Daryl stuff, and all of that. Phenomenal episode. Episode 3. Now, Episode 3, this is an episode I still would not really change all that much. You know, you've got the horses storyline showing the realism there of how they're struggling after what happened with the Whispers to still find food for their great community, right? They're all together in this community and they're running out of food, so they have to kill a horse. It's tragic, but it's definitely something that shows realism, which you guys know I'm a sucker for realism. I love it. I think realism is honestly, well, the best thing you could do in an apocalyptic, type of, series, because if something's not realistic, it's going to take you right out of the experience, right? And that's the main thing about this. Now, okay, not only that, we also have kind of to follow, we've got the characters getting hunted by, of course, the Reapers. We've got, all that stuff. Now, here's the first thing I would change, okay? First thing I would change, Duncan. That character would survive. I would have Duncan survive, and I would have him be another one of the characters that would go in later on in the half season and infiltrate with Maggie, Negan, Gabriel, and, the others. I would definitely have that, and I think it's something that makes total sense for the character. I felt like they built him up to a point where when they killed him off, it just kind of didn't make sense. So I would keep Duncan alive. Now, okay, Episode 4. Oh boy, This is when I have to almost take the whole episode and chuck it out, right? So, Episode 4, I love the Reapers to start, but as soon as you meet Pope, dear God. I mean, honestly, dear God. Now, here is the big thing I would change. It's the big plot of Episode 4, and you guys are about to call me insane. You guys are about to say, Dan, this is nuts. This is what I would do. I would sacrifice The Walking Dead Season 10, Episode 19, one more. I would take Robert Patrick's character, and I would make him the Pope, the leader of the Reapers. That is what his role would be. Robert Patrick would start in 4 episodes, basically like John Glover did on Fear the Walking Dead. It would be, yes, a big budget decision, but I would have Robert Patrick come in, play the Pope, and easily, I think it would be a way better storyline, because him as the main villain and him running this, I think would be great. Now, Dan, Would you keep Leah? Yes, I would. I would keep Leah. Why would I keep Leah? Because I would have her go evil. I would have her go evil, and I would have it be a situation by the time the half season ends, Daryl escapes and he kills Leah. That is what he would do. It would be tragic, it would be sad, but it would show how much this group gets to people, how much it gets to people's heads. That is what I would do. And Carver, get it out of my face. Get it out of my face. Carver is not in this, okay? Now, okay, episode 5. The Whispers returning? No. I would not have that. I do not like it. I think it is a horrible storyline, and I think it is a really random thing to do in your 5th episode. But I would have Reapers attack our survivors when they're out there. I would make the episode as interesting as I possibly could. And not only that, the Maggie and Negan stuff, I actually do not even think we need anything big here. I personally would have Maggie and Negan still have, by episode 5, Alden would stay with them. He would be with them, and they would go to the house together to try to find supplies. Gabriel would come back after killing the dude, and you would have Gabriel, you would have Duncan, you would have Negan, Maggie, Alden, and I believe I mentioned Gabriel, and Elijah, and they would all be together in this house, and they would all regroup. Now, like I said, why I would keep Alden alive and with them? Because it's a frickin' plot hole. They have not brought that character back, and I would keep Alden with them. There is no reason why they left him back at the church. They were moving along just fine without him. It's only the two of them. I still find that scene so stupid when they decide to leave Alden. So I would keep Alden with them. That is what I would do. Now, okay, the Connie episode. Dear God, keep it the same. I freaking love that episode. I think that episode is so good, and honestly, to a point where I just, it's awesome. It's a freaking awesome episode. Now, also the Reapers. You're going to ask, okay, Dan, what would you do with this? Robert Patrick as Pope, or whatever, would interrogate Frost. I would still have the same thing. The whole fingers thing, I think it's some intense stuff, and I think it's really, really good. Here's what I would change, though. When the characters are out there and they're stumbling upon these houses, I would have, yes, I know, God forbid they do this to Daryl. Daryl would get his own mask, and they would all go out there like that, all in masks, sneaking around, busting into the houses, scary as hell. They're freaking like going in there. They're going so damn fast. And Maggie would see, and she knows Daryl well enough. She'd see the mask, but she would see the outfit, and she would know that that's Daryl. That would just be like, what the frig? And I would have the characters be confused. I would have Daryl spare them enough time on purpose. I would still do that. Cut Carver out of this, though. But he would spare them enough time. And then Maggie and them be like, oh, great, Daryl's on the inside. This whole kind of thing. So that's what I would do there. Now, episode 7. Okay. Episode 7, the Commonwealth stuff, I would always keep the same. I don't really have any problems with the Commonwealth. I think the Commonwealth really was an exciting storyline there. And they're building, with Pamela and stuff. But, dear God, guys, honestly, this is something that I would definitely change. And it's something that I would leave people on because I feel like it's actually something that would be interesting. Pamela would be the cliffhanger for episode 7. She would. At the very end of episode 7, Pamela would be introduced. You would have the famous office shot with the two soldiers right there, and she would be asking scared Eugene, and of course, Princess and Ezekiel, the three of them would be in there, and she would, finally get a chance to talk to them. And that's when I would cut it. And we wouldn't even see anything until the next half season. But just to see Pamela right at the end of episode 7, there you go. That's your Commonwealth for the half season. That's the end of it, right? Now, in the mid-season finale, I would still have our characters lead a herd towards there. I would have Maggie and Gabriel sneak in. Daryl kills the guy with the smoke. All that, I like that. I think that's really, really good stuff. Maggie would come in with the truck. She would bust it through. Cool callback, lead the walkers in, except this time it's from the inside. Lead the walkers in, all that stuff. That stuff, grade A stuff. I love it. I think it's all great. Now, here's what I would have, okay? Now, call me nuts for this. This is exactly what I would have go down. And I think I think it'd be great. Gabriel would be in the sniper. He'd be killing a bunch of them. The dead would be flooding in. The Reapers would be wrapped up in this episode Would I still have the Storm stuff back at Alexandria? I would, except I honestly think that it's a good kind of side plot. I just wouldn't let it take up as much of the episode as it did, but I would still have it in there for portions, right? And I would have in this one, Robert Patrick, you do have to kill him off. So in this one, I would have both Maggie, because she's getting revenge for her home, Maggie and Elijah, because of what happened to his, his sister and to his people and this and that. It would come full circle. And you would see Maggie and Elijah take down, both together. You would take down Pope. You would take down, obviously, that threat. And Leah would get killed by Daryl. Also in that episode. And you would wrap up the Reapers. And you would wrap up that storyline. And that right there. And basically, this is how I would end this half season, okay? And call me nuts. This is how I would end it. Now, the final thing I would do in this episode, and the final thing that I would set up after the end of the Reapers, after Daryl's been, of course, after Daryl killed Leah, and after everything happened, the end of Pope, played by Robert Patrick, Maggie and them would get the food. It would be a happy ending. Things would be relatively good. However, Judith and them are still getting flooded in, so you still have a bit of a cliffhanger there. And the cliffhanger would be that Virgil says to Judith, and she talks to Judith about Rick, and about where Michonne went, and basically he kind of just lets it out because he doesn't know how much time they have left, and basically he would say, like, if I know your mother well enough, she's gonna find him. She's gonna find Rick Grimes. And that is how you would end 11A, right there. That's how you would end it. I'm not asking for Rick. I'm not adding Rick. I think it is too damn early for this first half, but would I slip in that little line right there? You damn right I would. Because the fans deserve it, and the fans deserve to hear something, and the man that frickin' knows something about it is sitting right frickin' there. Put that to use. At least a little bit, and set it up. And make people want to come back because they hear Rick's name. There you go. So that is how I would do 11A. I would end the Reapers within the half season. Pamela would show up in episode 7 to set up for the second half. You would pick back up with episode 9. You would still have the flood and all this stuff. And again, that's for a rewrite for another day. But that's how I would rewrite The Walking Dead Season 11A. That's how I would go over it. That's how I would try to fix it. And if there's anything you guys think that maybe I still should have fixed, let me know. But I want to hear what you guys think about kind of that idea, that general story for 11A, The Walking Dead. So anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching the video. Write your comments in the comment section below. And of course, guys, if you're new here, click the subscribe button so you don't miss some of my videos for The Walking Dead. Follow Dance Walking Reviews on Instagram, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys really soon for another Walking Dead video. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
Anybody out there?